Anyone that follows professional sports will tell you that talent doesn't necessarily guarantee success. The formula for a good career has to be some sort of combination between talent, coaching, and lack of injuries. In Supercross racing, the latter is probably the most important aspect in a successful career, as staying healthy is a trait that very few riders master. For many riders, this unrecognized potential is a nightmare that will haunt them long after their days on the gate are over, leading them to think back on those crashes and the what-if moments they experienced throughout their time on the track. Today, we're going to look at the most obvious case in the sport right now, that of Colt Nichols. More on Colt Nichols' roller coaster career is right around the corner. Born in Muskogee, Oklahoma on March 22, 1994, Nichols started racing at the ripe young age of 4 years old. During high school, Colt spent the majority of his time racing, often missing classes to pursue his dreams. While his amateur career was successful enough to keep him in the hunt for a pro contract, Nichols' history of missing the Loretta Lynn's national championship due to injuries made him a less popular candidate for a factory ride than his fellow competitors. After failing to secure a pro Supercross ride in 2014, Nichols chose to run the Amsoil Arenacross series. Unfortunately for Nichols, the success did not directly translate from his amateur scene, as he was off the pace compared to his teammates. A late addition to ride in the Costa Rican Summer Championship sort of revitalized his career, gaining him attention from others in the industry. Somewhere between the rusted-out bike and beaches, the runs proved impressive enough to earn him a deal to ride for Crossland Honda in the 2015 250 East Coast Championship. During this time, Nichols would see decent success with the small team, highlighted by finishes of 8th in Indianapolis and 6th in Detroit. After 2015, Crossfire decided to move on from Nichols, leaving him once again without a ride. To get another shot, Nichols would stop by Milestone MX Park in California in the months leading up to the 2016 season, hoping to impress a team, specifically a Yamaha team. Cooper Webb, who was with Yamaha at the time and is a friend of Colt, gave Nichols the information of where the factory guys were riding, which allowed Colt to happen to be riding while factory riders were practicing for the season. The process actually worked, and Colt found himself on the Cycle Trader Yamaha team for 2016 West Coast Supercross. The Yamaha squad had originally planned to sign free agent Jimmy Dakotas, but in a last-minute deal, Geico Honda swooped up Dakotas, opening up a place for Colt at Cycle Trader only weeks before the season started. Nichols built off of this success in 2015 by earning a second-place finish in Oakland in round 4 of the 2016 season. Although the team was not a true factory effort, Colt would finish the season 5th in points. The move to Yamaha proved fruitful to Nichols as he received an offer to ride for Star Racing Yamaha. Unfortunately for Colt, the debut season on a factory team would not go the way he had planned. In 2017, Colt suffered an injury that limited him to only 3 races that season. 2018 didn't go much better as he once again was limited to only 3 finishes. At this point, most factory teams would have given up on Nichols as he had only run 6 Supercross races in his first 2 years as a factory rider. However, the team believed in him enough to stick by him through the tough times with the hope that one day he would bring a championship to the organization. As a result of this confidence, 2019 was the breakout season that Star Racing was hoping for from the young Oklahoma rider. The year ended with 6 podiums for Nichols, however, he was still in search for his first win. Due to injury, Nichols would miss the first 4 races of the 2020 season, only coming back after the break caused by the COVID-19 pandemic allowed him to return to the series for the last 5 rounds of the East Coast Championship, including the season finale East-West Showdown. In his heat race, Nichols was landed on by then championship leader Chase Sexton, breaking his hand badly enough to require surgery and cause him to miss more time. Rather than let the news get to him, Nichols went into overdrive, working and training harder than ever before, even though he had briefly considered retirement. 2021 was Colt's best season yet. He finished on the podium in every race, which was capped off by 3 straight wins in the middle of the campaign in the East Coast class. Nichols dominated the championship, proving to Star Racing that they had made the right choice by keeping him around. Unfortunately for Colt, the championship dream that he had dreamt of as a child would soon turn into a nightmare. Fast forward to the 2022 Supercross season opener at Angel Stadium in Anaheim. After an interesting decision by the team to put Colt on the West Coast Championship rather than defending his title on the East, Colt looked primed to run up front as he had last year. In the first heat race of the night, Colt got off to a flying start. With his career number rebranded to 45, a tribute to the legendary Colt 45 firearm, Nichols looked unstoppable. With half of the heat race down and a big lead, Nichols was bitten by the nasty whoop section, barreling over the bars and into the hard-packed California dirt. The crash resulted in 2 broken arms for the reigning champion and a burn on his back that was so severe he actually needed a skin graft. This was a horrible way to end his 2022 campaign, as this was the 5th instance in his Supercross career that he would miss significant time. Not to mention the fact that he was likely dealing with other injuries throughout his career as well as racing the outdoor championship. The question is, what is next for Colt Nichols? He will be turning 28 this March, and for a Supercross rider in the lights class, this is much older than those that he will be racing. However, this year, older riders such as Kristen Craig in the West Coast class are proving that you can be just as fast as the teenagers, even on the other side of 30. Colt's career almost entirely depends on this upcoming rehab, as another major injury could very well result in the end of his professional racing career. The tale itself is a sad one that is all too common in sports. Unrecognized potential is one of the hardest things to deal with as a professional athlete, as you will always be left with the question, what if I got another shot? And what if I hadn't gotten injured? Nichols clearly has the talent to be a top-tier factory rider, one that can win another lights championship and maybe even contend for wins in the 450 class. But now, I want to leave it up to you guys. Will we see race-winning speed from Colt Nichols again? Or will he fade into the background as someone who never really lived up to the potential that he clearly had? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for your time. My name is Tyler Deering with Gate Drop News, and we will see y'all in the next video.